Good day, YouTube. Today is March 24th, 2015. This week is Subs Week, and the topic is totem animals. This week's question comes from Gregory. He says, "Hey host, what are your experiences with totem animals, and how do you think they influence or help you in certain parts of your life? Or if you have never worked with them, what animal do you think best represents you?" I've actually done a shamanic journey a few months ago. Me and my partner, we do them kind of side by side, and we found that our totem animals were very, very different. He found that his was a lynx cat, but the lynx cat actually had a what is it? A spotted owl was on the lynx back, and this all happened. This communication was all done through more of like a telepathy type of thing, like actually speaking through the mind. The mouths didn't move like they kind of do in movies and things like that. Mine turned out to be a dragon, and meeting with the dragon was very interesting because it didn't. I felt like it wanted to be addressed in a certain way, and if you, with the way we do shamanic journeys, it is done using music. We like to play a drum track for about 30 minutes or so, and the drum track basically allows you to come back to the real world and help you remember your journey. And I didn't have enough time to finish mine. It ended up being over before I can commune with the dragon for a while. My partners, on the other hand, continued. And when he finished, he actually told me that his spirit guide thought that the music was irritating and told him to not even follow the music. So his was a little bit more fulfilling experience than mine was because I wanted to go back to the music entirely. And I kept asking my spirit guide the entire time. I said, "Hey, what is your name?" And like I said, he wanted to be addressed a certain way. And when the music was almost over, it has a little callback type of thing where it changes the beat so that way it's time to go back. So when I heard that, I decided to go ahead and come back to the real world. And I left, and I can hear the dragon kind of like not really screaming his name, but kind of saying, "Hey, this is what my name is." So that's about the best I got with that situation. But as far as my experience with totem animals or spirit animals, when I was a kid, I also had a very close connection with unicorns, and I know that's another controversial spirit animal, along with the dragon. There are people who don't believe that these animals can be spirit animals because they don't have a physical representation in this real world. But when I was a kid, I used to make sure that my parents bought me every hanging picture with frames of a unicorn that they could. I mean, I try to cover each and every wall with them, and I kind of feel like as a child, I may have had a unicorn as a spirit animal, just because of that strong connection. I really, really wanted to have them on every wall before I went to sleep. And if you do a little bit of googling on the actual unicorn spirit animal, you'll find that it is designed, or it's one of its purposes is to protect children when traveling, specifically in dreams. So that may have been one when I was a kid. As far as ritual use, I've never used my spirit animal in a ritual yet. I have called on it during different times of the day just to see if there's any input. I haven't heard much other than a few different kind of pushes and a little bit of intuitions and things. No actual voices coming through since the shamanic journey that I had done. On a side note, I have kind of toyed with the idea of gargoyles. I mean, I know it sounds a little weird because some people don't even think that gargoyles even have a physical representation as well. So my connection with spirit animals has been very much on the fantasy category of animals, if you can even call them an animal. But those I have used in ritual because what I've done is I've worked with ones that specifically were meant to replace the actual uh, angels and the angels that kind of master certain elements. So I've used those in circle work, where I would actually have the elementals. I would take them and I would replace them with these gargoyles. That specific task was to master these elements, and that worked well for the one time that I did try it. So that would be it for me. I would like for you folks, if you want to learn more or look into more information about spirit animals or totem animals, go ahead and search for this channel, The Pagan Perspective. Type in totem animals, because I believe it's been touched on several times before in the past here. So go ahead and search for totem animals there. And then also I'll post a link down below to the Pagan Perspective blog, where you can go ahead and take a look by searching as well to see the other hosts in the past who have talked about totem animals. All right, that will be all. Everyone have a great week, and I will see you next time. Blessed be.